Hello, Kauai. Here's our COVID-19 briefing from Team Kauai for Monday, October 26. We have one new case to report today, in addition to the case reported over the weekend. The two active cases are unrelated to each other. One is a male adult resident and one is a female adult resident. Both remain in isolation. The Department of Health has identified 8 close contacts as the result of the two active cases. All close contacts are in quarantine. Our cumulative case count is 62 plus the one probable. The newest case reported today is a Department of Education employee. The Department of Health worked closely with school leadership over the weekend and identified no close contacts at the school. So far, this case has no apparent link to travel, but the investigation remains ongoing. Kauai Police and the Hawaii National Guard are tracking more than 2,200 cases in travel-related quarantine. For additional information, please visit the Kauai Emergency Management Agency website at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. As previously reported, one of our recent active cases was identified as a positive case through the county's free post-travel testing program for residents returning from the mainland. As a reminder, if you're traveling from the mainland and participated in the state's pre-travel testing program, we urge you to take a second COVID-19 test no sooner than 72 hours after you arrive. There are 2 separate post-travel testing programs. One is for residents and one is for visitors. Kauai residents are encouraged to take a free COVID-19 test no sooner than 72 hours after you arrive home and up to 14 days after travel. This post-travel test for Kauai residents is offered at the Kauai War Memorial Convention Hall from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. Please bring your Hawaii ID and mainland boarding pass to qualify. For mainland visitors, post-travel testing is available at American Medical Response. Mainland visitors will be charged for their tests, but will receive gift cards and vouchers to local restaurants and businesses for their participation. For details, locations, and times, please visit kauai.gov/COVID-19 and click on the Visitor Post-Travel Test button at the top of the page. The requirement to wait at least 3 days after you arrive to take a post-travel test is important. Many ask us, why not just test folks upon arrival at the airport? So we have asked Kauai's District Health Officer, Dr. Janet Berman, to explain why we require that people wait a minimum of 72 hours after arriving before taking their post-travel test.
Mahalo, Mayor. And thank you for asking the question, why did we decide on 72 hours? As your District Health Officer on Kauai, my job is to provide public health guidance to the Mayor and our community. The evidence is clear that neither a single test before travel nor a second test upon arrival at the airport provides sufficient protection for our community. Let me explain a little more. People infected with COVID-19 are most likely to test positive 5 to 7 days after their exposure, although it can take as long as 14 days. If a traveler is tested 3 days before travel and again 3 days after travel, that second test is in that 5 to 7 day window after an exposure that could have taken place just before travel. This provides an added level of protection for our community. True, it's not as strong as a 14-day quarantine or as strong as a 7-day quarantine with the test on day 7. But I think, and we think as a team, that it's a reasonable compromise and that it will allow us to welcome visitors gradually to our island and allow our residents to travel cautiously out of state. Mahalo, as always, for all you're doing to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in our community.
Mahalo, Dr. Behrman. We know that the increased travel results in increased risk, but we are managing risk as best as we can under our authority allowed by the state. We still maintain that the best protection would come from a short mandatory quarantine after arrival, coupled with a mandatory post-travel test. But lacking that, we feel significant protection will be gained with our voluntary test taken 3 to 10 days after travel. We encourage all of our mainland travelers who participated in the state's pre-travel program to take a second test. We are looking to expand this program to inter-island travel and will have updates soon. We thank all those who have participated in the voluntary testing program, and many thanks to our private industry partners who are helping us to develop a marketing campaign and incentive program to boost participation. Your efforts are helping to keep our island safe. As a reminder, the state requires all travelers to complete a Safe Travels digital form. Additionally, if you plan to participate in the state's pre-travel program, you must take a test within 72 hours of departure from a trusted testing partner, as identified by the state. For more details on the state's Safe Travel program, please visit hawaiicovid19.com. All incoming travelers to Kauai are subject to quarantine, must complete a Kauai arrival form. The Kauai arrival form is provided at the Lihue Airport and allows our police officers and National Guard personnel to conduct quarantine compliance checks. If you live on Kauai and need to travel to another island, when you return home, in order to avoid quarantine, you will need to have taken a COVID test from one of the state's trusted partners within 72 hours of your departure. Your test results must then be uploaded to the state's digital travel form. If you have not received your result by the time you arrive home, you will need to quarantine until your results are uploaded and approved. You must take the test on the departing island. In other words, you cannot take a test on Kauai, then make a short trip, then use that test to avoid quarantine upon your return. Again, for more details on the state's Safe Travels program, please visit hawaiicovid19.com. Halloween is coming up, and those who do plan to trick-or-treat should wear masks if age 5 or over, and stay with your household in a group less than 10. Halloween should be focused on trick-or-treating for keiki and not for large gatherings. As a reminder, gatherings are limited to 25 outdoors and 10 indoors. There are many creative ways to have a fun, safe Halloween that doesn't involve traditional trick-or-treating. You can find national recommendations if you search for holiday celebrations at cdc.gov. We can't emphasize this enough. We all need to take precautions to keep our virus numbers low. Please wear your mask, keep your distance, wash or sanitize your hands, and avoid large gatherings. Thank you, Kauai, for being responsible. Your diligence is helping us to keep this virus contained. We thank you for understanding the role you play in mitigating the spread of COVID-19 on our island. Please continue to stay home as much as possible. Refrain from social gatherings or public outings. If you must interact with people outside of your home, maintain a distance of 6 feet of separation and wear a mask, if at all possible for you to do so. Remember, my mask protects you and your mask protects me. It's a sign of respect and aloha. Do not leave home if you are sick unless you're seeking medical attention, and then only after calling your doctor first. Wash your hands frequently and clean surfaces often. Stay informed and connected during this time of social distancing. We'll continue to post updates on our official County of Kauai Facebook page or on our Kauai Emergency Management Agency page at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. The Centers for Disease Control is also updating its website regularly. For more information, please visit coronavirus.gov. Not everyone has internet access or follows the news, so please help to keep your loved ones informed. Be kind, take care of one another, God bless, and aloha.